Hey YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Well, as I kind of suspected, on my Space Marine magnetizing video, I was going to get a couple PMs and comments saying that it was a little too fast, which I could see that. So I'm going to do a real-time video of me drilling out a hole for the magnets and the process. I'm going to do it with a head because this process can be applied for every single part. So it doesn't matter whether it's a head to the torso or a hand and weapon to the arm or the arm to the shoulder. This process can be applied to all these parts. So I'm going to just quickly do that. I just want to show you. But my last video is on the spider. Check out the abdomen on that sucker. After it's feasted on the wasp, the abdomen of that spider has gone huge. My little friend. Anyways, let's get at this and I'll go through the drilling process. Okay, so I'm going to use a Space Marine head. I just pulled out of a Assault Squad box. Now, what you have to do, a head's very easy to do, but what you're going to have to do if it was an arm is put it in place, figure out where your center point's going to be, because you don't necessarily drill on center like on these arms. Just based on where I could drill on the arms, on the shoulders, I couldn't put the magnet dead center, otherwise it wouldn't. They would look funny. So first thing you do, you figure out where your center point for your drill it's going to be. You take your sewing needle, and it's got to be a pretty heavy sewing needle because you don't want it to bend too easy. Find your center point, take the needle and just kind of work it around a little bit and get a hole started. Main reason for this is because drill bits that you're going to be using, you're not using a brad point bit. I don't know if you can get one that's small, but generally the angle of the bits, 135 degrees here, right here, they can tend to skate all over the place. So you want to have a good center point where you start your drilling. Next, you have your bit, and like I said before, you want to have either the same size of your magnet or a slight size under. The magnets I'm using are 2.5 mil, so 2.5 mil bit would be good, but even better would be a 3/32, which is like 2.38 or something of a millimeter. So when you drill, you're not going to drill, you're going to wobble a little bit, and the hole's going to be slightly bigger than the drill bit. If you use the 3/32 with a 2.5 mil magnet, it's going to fit nice and snug. So you take it and you just start slowly. I mean, if you have a pin vise, great. If you don't need one. I put tape around the drill bit so it doesn't chew my fingers up too bad. I used to just use my bare fingers on the bit, and after a while my fingers got quite raw. So anyways, because it's plastic, it really doesn't take much pressure or time till you've got a hole set in. So next you're going to take your magnet on your other pin and see if you've drilled deep enough. You want the magnet to sit completely in. If not perfectly flush, just maybe ever so slightly shy of being completely flush. Like can be a little proud. Now, I was not perfectly balanced there. It's not perfectly centered. You can see there it's a bit lopsided. So I'm going to have to, and this is another reason why you want to have a smaller bit, because if you have to make a correction, so basically I'm going to have to put a little pressure this way when I'm drilling to get that hole righted. Another thing, if the bit's a little proud, the head will stand up a little more. It's not buried so deep into the armor. That's good. Now, because I corrected, I just have to shave off a little bit. That wasn't completely necessary, but I did so anyways. Take your crazy glue, because you want something that's going to glue up. Oh, wait. Next, you want to make sure you're putting the magnet in correctly. You take your body of your Space Marine, or whatever you're magnetizing, and you take your magnets that you have on a pin, and you want the polarity to be opposite. You don't want them to attract. Oh, okay, so this is not going to work. You want the polarity opposite. So it doesn't, they don't stick together. And the reason you want that, because this side is going into the head. So once it's glued in, the side that's face out of the head, that side, is going to then attract to the head, so then it'll stick together. So now that you've got the polarity correct, or the right side's going to go in first, get your crazy glue to the hole. Not too much. Just enough that it's not going to ooze out all over the place, but it'll be enough to hold, and also it'll dry fairly quickly, because otherwise you don't want to be wasting time. It's a good idea to do the same, have each piece set the same way for all your minis, whether it's your commander or your assault squad or your tac squad or whatever. Okay, so anyways, make sure you have that set in there. Be careful that you don't glue yourself together. I find this crazy glue or the super glue or whatever is not instantly bonding to, it says bond skin instantly, but it doesn't mind. Maybe my skin's too oily for it. Okay. Don't know how. And see, I've got the magnet set a little actually shy. I drilled the hole a little too deep, so I'm going to just shave off yet a little more at the top, because you want to have a good bond. All right, that magnet's in there. So, voila, we have a assault squad Space Marine promoted to be commander. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. I hope that slowing things down helped out, and I'll see you in the next video. Take her easy.